So how does it feel to graduate grad school, to finish a seminary degree? There's a lot of things that I feel right now, and my wife has been really good at teaching me that you can feel two or three things at the same time. Two or three things can be true at the same time. I'm still trying to process what I feel. So I want to take this time in this video to do just that, to break down what I feel and maybe talk about what's next. So the first thing I feel is relieved. I mean, to not have to worry about studying or writing papers or exams. That feels good. I mean, I'm still going to be learning. I'm still going to be reading and exploring different topics, but I get to do what I want. I get to study what I want and learn about what I want. I'm not subjected to a syllabus. So that feels really good. So I'm relieved in that aspect. I'm also really grateful. I'm grateful for all I've learned over the 6 years that I've been in grad school, all the experiences I've had, even though it's been really challenging. I mean, there's been a couple times where I didn't think I wanted to finish for multiple reasons. It's not just that the work was hard, but it was really trying to figure out if the work was even worth it. So I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful for the relationships I've gathered. I'm grateful for the tools that I've accumulated over these 6 years of studying and learning and writing papers. I've also noticed that I feel a little sad, and I wasn't expecting that. And really been looking forward to being done, right? And I didn't expect sadness to be there too. But it makes sense whenever there's a big change in your life. It's a change. And even if it's a really good change, there's still some grieving there because what was there before is no longer there, and you're grieving this transitional period, or you're grieving what you're losing. And so I'm losing something, even though what I'm losing is something that I wanted to lose, something that I wanted to move on from. And I still feel a little sad about that. So that's probably the most complex emotion that I felt. Who knows, maybe I have to unpack that a little more. But another thing that I feel is empowered. I feel so capable. I did a great job finishing my semester, got A's on my papers, ended up getting B's in the class. I'm a very proud B student, and I usually do really good with having B papers. But I did beyond that this semester. I got A papers, which is great. But I finished doing better than I expected. So I feel empowered. I feel equipped. I feel able to do something difficult, because when I first started this program 6 years ago, I didn't know if I was going to finish. First of all, I was kind of just open to the idea of school, and it seemed like a really big thing. But you'll be surprised how quickly that 6 years passes by. It always seems impossible until it's done. So you get to the finish line. It's like, oh yeah, that's possible. It's I have more power than I think I do. I'm capable of more than I think I am. And finishing has taught me that. I feel empowered. The last thing I feel is excitement. Excitement for what could be, excitement for freedom, growing freedom, excitement for exploration beyond this. And that's going to lead me to my last point, which is what's next. And the two things that I'm really looking forward to in this next chapter of my life is creativity. Creativity is one. I'm just making more things, writing more poetry. I had a friend of mine ask recently, now that you have the ability to read what you want to read, what are you going to read? And I've been wanting to read poetry, and that's what I've been reading. I've been reading poetry. So I want to write more poetry. I want to create more thoughtful videos, make more music. So I'm really excited about creativity, but I'm also really excited about relationships again, and investing in my relationships, giving attention to my relationships, my friendships, my community, my family members, my marriage. Just when you're in school, that takes so much of your energy. It takes your emotional energy, your spiritual energy, your mental energy, of course, your physical energy. I was sick multiple times this semester, and I think my body knew that I was wrapping it up. So I was just stressed the whole time. So it takes you away from your relationship. So it's nice to have that open again, and to check on people that I haven't really talked to that consistently, and to be more intentional about people in my life, because that's what I've learned over these 6 years. Like, yeah, all this information is important. Like, all of these tools that I gathered and all these abilities that I now have, all that is important. But ultimately, this is about how can I help people? How can I serve people? How can I make this Christian faith really real and tangible? And one way of doing that for me is creativity, and another way is just pouring into my relationships. So that's what I'm going to do, and forming new relationships as well. And like I said, I felt a complex bundle of emotions, and it's been helpful to talk through some of this stuff with people that I love and I know. But it's even better to create something and share. I'm grateful for this moment, and I'm grateful for what's to come. And yeah, that's all I have to share today. Blessings to your day. Thank you for listening and watching. And yeah, have a good rest of your year.